All right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good night. As you can see, we don't have the cool background. We don't have pretty much all of the things that you've been noticed or been comfortable seeing on NFT Live. We had a little bit of a mishap, but we're gonna do it live, as is our namesake. But Ronan, what's going on, my man? What's happening this week?
Not much, man. Not much. Obviously, you probably shouldn't read chat when like something like that happens if everybody's like dropping their jokes. Obviously, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, and that's you can't do anything about it. Internet goes out. It is what
Mm-hmm.
it is, and you just got to recover, right? So, thank you guys for hanging out in chat and waiting on us to come back live. Big ups to Buffalo. I know he feels really bad about the fact that his internet went out and it's not stable, but it's not a problem at all, brother. We appreciate you, man. Outside of that, we're talking Blankos at the moment, right? Before we got disconnected, so we had the
Yeah.
big Blankos drop. That was kind of like a surprise thing that took place this morning. So that's kind of big news.
Yeah, 100%. For those of you that are just joining us and maybe don't know anything about NFT Live, we're bringing you all the news across the NFT industry. We've got the lads here, our community that's kind of supporting us here and taking part in what we're doing. So, yeah, Blankos early this morning, man. You woke me up. We got some. So I got the Big Boss cards. I know there's a bunch. I'm gonna pull it up here on the screen really quick so that we can see it. But I got two of these Boss Dino Blancos. I know there was a bunch of different ones that you could get. I know they're also, like every other sale, was a little bit of a kind of mix up, a mishap, at least on my end. It wasn't on your end. But what did you make of the sale this morning before we get into some of this lad stuff?
So I think the first thing that we should point out is the site itself didn't crash. We didn't see any 404 errors. We didn't have, crashes as far as that site itself. Unfortunately, there were a lot of technical hiccups though. And as anybody in the space knows, like some people are going to experience it, some people didn't. Unfortunately, you and I were on a call with Loadmaster from the Lads community, and you guys were having issues, but I was able
No,
to
that was
actually
Scott. That was Scott.
Oh, what's Scott? What's Scott? Sorry, my
I
bad.
got to get the right lad there.
I talked to Loadmaster a lot today. But yeah, so hanging out, we were trying to make our purchases. You guys were having issues. I did not have any issues. So I was actually able to get my first pack. I was like, I just want to get one through
Hmm.
so I can get like that mint. So one of the things that they announced yesterday afternoon was that they did confirm that they do have mints. Mints were basically assigned by a smart contract at the time that your purchase processed. So I actually was able to get my first purchase of the boss pack through um, like within 60 seconds. And then I think I hit a little bit of a hiccup getting the other packs, but
Yeah.
ultimately I ended up getting one of each. How about you, man?
Yeah, I ended up getting two boss packs. There was a little bit of a, I would guess, what's the word? Not mix up, because I think they were very transparent with what they were going to do. But some people thought that this, obviously being on ESIO Tech, that it was going to be some EOS transaction, which didn't end up being. It was a credit card as well as BitPay, which I believe contains a mixture of like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and a couple others, so that you could pay with that. But yeah, they went fully multi-chain here. I think obviously that the game itself and hopefully the assets will eventually port over to EOS. But let's not hop into that yet, because we do have that on our schedule. We want to hit some lads news. But again, guys, this is NFT Live. We're bringing you all of the NFT news from around the industry. We have a big update from Layer 1. It kind of dropped last night. We were so hyped that we couldn't even, like, I think, sleep for 2 hours after we dropped it. But we dropped our light paper last night, which outlines basically the situation that's happening with the lads token over the coming weeks. So if you guys want to check that out, I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in the description right now. It should be there all. Actually, it may or may not be there. I don't know. So I'm going to drop it in the comments. But basically, it outlines, guys, and Ronan helped. Dimitri was really instrumental in putting this together. We all kind of put our heads down over the last month and tried to figure out who are we? What is our community? What have we built? And where we're going? And that was kind of laid out in the Lads Light paper for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that. We've got some goals laid out here, as well as some distribution statistics. There's the beautiful Layer 1 token there, the Lads token, as well as token economics. You can see the distribution, as well as some liquidity mining campaigns that we're going to be getting into at the end of the month. And then it goes on to talk about the Lads Reserve, which is something we'll leave for another day, because that could be, a very long
Entire conversation.
conversation. Yeah, but what'd you make of this light paper? I know you again, like I said, thank you so much for helping on that. You were
Yeah,
instrumental in putting that together.
yeah, man. I mean, obviously, like you and Dimitri did an excellent job, like kind of getting that outline there, man, and getting like the key points. And first thing I want to say though is you were able to go to sleep 2 hours later.
Yeah, yeah. I saw you
Dude,
posting at like 2 in the morning. I was like, God damn.
I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning, and
Mm,
I stopped. Like, I started trying to go to bed about three, but it didn't happen, man. And I was just so like just adrenaline. Like after reading it, man, like I told you as we were in chat, I got goosebumps. I really feel like we're doing a lot of really cool things here with
mm-hmm.
Layer One, with NFTLive, with Dimitri's desk, as a whole. So being able to sit down and kind of riff with you guys and put this paper together was really exciting, man. Um, super hype about where we're going. I think just the idea, right, like that we're
Mm-hmm.
putting out there is like a community owned, right, like content channel. So we really hope that you guys take a little bit of a moment to read that link and check it out. And if you're not a lad already, definitely, we'd love to get you in, get you on our Discord, get you to be part of the community, and kind of see what we got going on. Because I feel like we're just getting started, man. The light paper is really that. It's light, right? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
light on. If you look at what we've got in the works and what we're trying to put out and what we have planned for the next 6 months, it's not light at all, man. It's gonna be pretty heavy stuff, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of little Easter eggs in there that you guys can see if you are paying attention, right? The utility of having sandbox access, that's something that we're working on. The Lads Reserve is another one. We talked with a lot of the connections that we have in the industry after we put the light paper out. We got some feedback, so go ahead and drop feedback in Discord as well. But we got feedback. We're going to put out a version 2 sometime, probably in the next month. So that we can, fully update and continue to kind of improve that light paper. So definitely want to kind of give a shout out to everybody there. Shout out to the lads as well, man. You guys have been killing it. We got 26 in the chat. We're going to touch on a couple more lads and layer one things, including the game night that we're doing right after this. There's going to be some NFT drops. We've been working on a lad, or with a lad, I would say, not on a lad. We've been working with a lad to work out some NFT drops for the entire community. We haven't flushed it out, but that's coming shortly. But what do we got as far as the community comments here, guys?
Yeah, man. So let me just catch up. Let's say what's going on to everybody who came back and joined in. Marcus, thank you so much for being that first commenter. Mike, Scott, what's going on, brother? Sorry, I got that wrong. Ari, how you doing, man? Paul's here. Loadmaster's here. I do want to make sure that we do give Loadmaster a shout out. Loadmaster has been helping a lot. And Q just mentioned that we're going to be doing some NFT things for tonight's drop. Loadmaster is going to be the one kind of fronting the bill, right? So he's got a lot of stuff he'd like to do in the community, and I think that he's an excellent add to the value of Layer One, just as a community member. So thank you so much for all of your help, Loadmaster. Buffalo is here. He said, I failed the lads. You didn't fail anybody, man. You can't, that's out of your control. Mike Scott, Cryptophagia. A lot of Blankos hype, man. Some Blankos hype
Yep.
in chat. That's always a plus. Someone did ask, I don't know if it was here or if it was before we actually got cut off, if we knew some information about the Blankos numbers and stuff like that. I will
Mm,
break all that down for you guys. I have every detail up to the minute till about 45 minutes ago. I was on the Discord.
mm-hmm,
I had alerts on. I had it popping up on my screen. Everything those devs said, I was soaking up. So
mm.
we're definitely going to discuss that. One thing I did want to put out, and I kind of forgot to talk to you about this prior, Q. But
More
Buffalo and I were having
surprises.
yeah, you like surprises, right? Buffalo and I had a little bit of conversation before, and I didn't mean to bring this up, but basically we are going to be looking for on the NFTLive side, kind of like a production assistant. And we would love for that to be someone in the lads community. And ideally, what they would be helping with primarily is kind of bridging the gap between NFTLive and our guests, right?
Mm,
So the artist series is something that has now taken off. We've got that going weekly. The Nifty Gateway thing is excellent. We've got some great artists to work with there. However, we've got a huge community of people who have asked to like come on and talk about the projects that they've got going on. We've talk about the art they're putting out there. So if anyone in the lads community is well organized, has a love for crypto art
mm-hmm,
specifically, we're going to be talking to a lot of different type of people. But right now, I'm really trying to focus on the artists because I've got almost 40 people who have reached out and said I would love to have a chat with you, right?
mm.
So essentially, what you would be in charge of is contacting them, getting them scheduled, making sure that they're ready to go when time's ready to go, and they're where they're supposed to be at that time. So if any of you guys are interested in helping us out with that, we will be happy to drop you some lads and get you involved in this process. And you get to talk to some amazing people like Mr. Tommy Wilson, who just dropped in chat, and that's actually our next point of topic, right? So Sunday evening, we've got our second edition of the Nifty Gateway artist series, and Tommy's going to be our guest. Tommy's actually the first person who I reached out to when I first got into the space and realized that I really wanted to create content. And I didn't think there was any way in the world that he would even respond to my DMs. I shot him a DM. I was like, he's a major league, ball player. The dude's probably got no time for a guy like me. And it didn't even take him 5 minutes. And he was like, dude, I would love to chat.
Mm.
We were able to hop on a call for about 10, 15 minutes and just kind of riff a little bit. And he was super excited about the opportunity. And here we are 3 months later, man, and we're finally getting to have a talk. So I really hope that you guys tune in Sunday night. It's going to be 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and Tommy's going to come and we're going to chat a little bit about his art. He does some really, really dope stuff through Nifty Gateway. He also has dropped some cards in other places. It's all sports kind of related. My favorite so far was he did a Cool Runnings. It was a throwback to the Jamaican bobsled team, and I thought it was excellent. But he dropped a teaser today, man, and he's got a fire card coming Monday, and it's LeBron, dude, and it's dope. So make sure you guys jump in Sunday night, have a chat with us. He's going to be answering some questions, talking about his drop, and then make sure you're there for his drop Monday night.
Yeah, I've got the announcement on our Substack. If you guys don't know about what's going on in Layer 1 right now, you want to head over to the Substack. That's basically our home base as far as getting you guys information, at least. That's official. We have the announcing the NFT art series. Ronan did that with Giant Swan last week. And how did that sale go, man? That I think it pretty much sold out like the rest of the NFT drops, man. But it was an awesome interview.
Absolutely, absolutely. Big ups to Giant Swan, man. He was an excellent interview. I really appreciate him being kind of like the first to kind of test this whole process and get him in, and Buff did an excellent job, man, and working on a live interview, and bringing up his assets. I mean, he nailed it with the gorillas comment, man. Swan said something about, he did a piece that was based on the gorillas, and right at that moment, man, the gorillas popped up, and that was excellent. So yeah, dude, it's super exciting. I think Swan was really happy with the interview. Afterwards, he shouted us out, said he had a great time. And I think that's what we're going to expect moving forward, man. And I think the next one with Tommy, especially, I'll probably like lay back a little bit. I won't be so like rigid, and try to just have a little bit more fun. So
Maybe just take a shot beforehand or something like that, man. You'll be fine.
I put it out there, man. I said, yo, grab a drink, come sit down Sunday evening with us, and let's have a chat.
All right, cool. All right, so as you guys know, we have to get to the news this week. We do have a lot of NFT stuff per usual. That's pretty much the standard every week. We do have one thing, the game night that's happening tonight. I believe the game night is starting at 8. It might be 8:30. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we in our Discord, basically, Lad City that has been growing out. We've moved over from Telegram to Discord. We basically have a game night every Thursday. I know the EU and Australia guys have been kind of upset when we've hosted that because it's past their bedtime a little bit. So we're gonna change up the times next week. But this week we're doing marbles on stream, which I guess is apparently a cool game that the cool kids are getting into now. And we're also gonna do some NFT drops for the winners and losers, meaning the first and last place guys. We're gonna drop some NFTs primarily around Alien Worlds, but we'll see if we can get you guys some more NFTs, and that'll just be a fun thing. Head to the Discord. I believe I'm gonna drop I don't think we have that updated on the description, so I'm gonna actually update you guys in the chat with a link to Lads City so that you guys can get in there. Usually you won't be able to get access to Lads Arena, but for the game nights we open it up to everybody that's invited. So hopefully you guys can find your way in there.
Yeah, man. Game night's always fun, and I'm really excited that it's picked up. I'm excited that so many people are excited about it. Right? Like we didn't know really what the turnout was going to be the very first night. We're like, it's probably just going to be me, you, Buff, and Brandon, and it ended up being twice that many people. And the following week, last week, I heard it was really banger. I wasn't able to make it, but I think that's going to continue to grow. I think gaming together is just natural, right? So super hyped about that.
Yeah, I'm super hype about not playing Among Us and then getting kicked out the window and getting kicked out the airlock there, especially with Buffalo kind of lurking around every corner. But anyways, guys, Marvel's on stream tonight. After this, hop into the Discord. We're going to get after it. We're going to do some NFT drops. The only other thing before we start the news, I know we were taking forever getting into it like always, but we need to know an all-time high because you guys are earning lads for commenting today. You get that distribution every week for engaging with the content, but we need to know an all-time high because we need to give them 2 times the rewards if it is reached. So what is the all-time high for NFTLive? Do you know that, Ronan? Non-sale day.
We broke 60 last week, didn't we? Did we break 60? The last all-time high I had was 58. Is it
Really?
still 58?
Wow. I
Yeah,
didn't I
really.
didn't know. We got to
What
write
do you
this
mean?
down,
Wow.
guys.
You don't remember 2 weeks ago? We
uh
had, dude, we had the meme crew in here. We had Whale. Everybody showed up for that
okay.
episode, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
well we have so look guys, we've got 31. We need to hit 59 if we want to get those 2 extra rewards. So Sheridan meme, Sheridan whale, do what you need to do. Talk to your mothers, hide the children, hide the wife, do whatever you need to do. We're about to start layer 1. I mean NFTLive. Through all the issues, we are grinding through it. We appreciate you guys there,
Yep.
and we will get started. So, guys, we touched on this a little bit to start out with, but Blankos is the story of the day. They had that drop early this morning for premium. I think they're calling founder assets basically. So they're basically saying that these assets are going to be used in game. There's going to be some utility to them. You can level them up and all these cool things. I'm going to pull it up on the screen while Ronan breaks it down.
Yep. So real quick though, I did want to hit chat real fast because I did have a shout out that I wanted to address, which was who was that? Oh, Philip Ireland. Nice Ronan the Abomination Cog t-shirt. I don't know if you guys saw this one. You guys know I'm a big Cog fan, right? So
Ronan's been
you
showing
check that?
cogs
You
since
check
I've
that?
met him.
Yeah, dude, that's what you had me on, right? But
That's
anyways,
sick.
I appreciate the guys over there, man. They sent everybody who joins their morning chats, which is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, on the Discord server. They sent everybody who was attending. I think there was like almost 30 people,
Mhm.
a T-shirt of their favorite cog, basically the cogs that they had as their avatar. So thank you so much, Philip, for recognizing that, man. I appreciate it. And on to Blankos, right? Because that's the big news of the day. So yeah, so this morning, well, I guess it's good to start with like the fact that they did come out yesterday on Whale, right? So Whale got a really good interview in with them, and it was about an hour long, and it was mostly information that we had kind of heard already and that we kind of knew, but they did give some new information, which was that the founders packs would be announced within the next 48 hours. And that we would also find out the beta when the founders packs were released. So that kind of made most of us feel like, okay, let's take a breath. Let's kind of like see what's happening. And then this morning, about what was it, 10:40 a.m. Eastern, they
Mhm.
put out a tweet and said founders packs will be going live in 20 minutes, 11 a.m. Eastern. And that's when everybody hit the alarm and people
Mhm.
started DMing and blowing up on Twitter and Discord started blowing up. And everybody was like, it's happening, right? Because I feel like the thing that Blankos has been able to do is capture the gamer, right? Like a lot of these, Axie is doing that, right? But most of these projects start off as just a collectible, and then like the game aspects have to like really be implemented, right?
Mhm.
This is more of like a straight up old school pre-order that you're going to go in and you're going to you're going to go in and you're going to
Yeah,
get the packs and stuff.
Rona has this extra like element that nobody has to deal with when they actually host podcasts or shows like we're
Yeah.
doing, which is his kids. So he's fighting through it. But yeah, man, like honestly, they have all of these really cool things that you can do with them. Bite Me was especially one that like I
Mhm.
felt like it was cheaper, but it was the one that like I feel like everybody was trying to get. Take us through the timeline when it went live because we've been through many sales here obviously.
Yeah.
We'll take us through that timeline.
Yeah. So 10:40, we're gonna go live. 11 o'clock they go live. 11 o'clock in 10 seconds. Um, uh, that's when things kind of started to fall apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scott said, "Oh, I can get in," and I refreshed the page, and I said, "Oh, so can I?" And Q refreshes the page and says, "But I can't."
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we knew that this was probably going to be like every other launch that anyone has been through, whether that's gaming or crypto. It doesn't really matter, man.
Listen,
Um,
listen. We're forged in the fire, man. That didn't
exactly.
phase me at all. I would have thrown my headphones down, did one of these. Nah, that's like my sixth time that's happened to me, man.
Yeah, yeah. So the good thing is for me that I was able to cruise straight through the checkout process the first time around. I had no issues at all. And I was able to pick up the boss pack. I got the boss pack. I wanted to do a quick like CC that way I can have like the fastest chance of getting. So they did announce that there were going to be mints.
Mm-hmm.
So I did was able to get that one transaction through for that like as fast as I could for the earliest mint, and
Yeah.
then I went back and I got one of each of the secondaries. So the basically what took place from there is we were having some little issues. You know, some people were basically saying that they were having problems with the login for the website itself. So it was saying that they couldn't, access their the Blankos account. And then there was issues with privacy blockers, ad blockers,
Mm-hmm.
everything you can name it, browsers, whatever. But outside of that, man, like I think that it was a relatively like smooth drop, right? But there were issues when it comes to communication.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what we're going to talk about. I know everybody's like pointing out like the things that they have issue with, and we're definitely going to like get into that, right?
Yeah,
uh,
100%. I want to hit Crypto Mike real quick because he's saying, "Hey guys, don't buy meme," and he's donating $5. So again, Crypto Mike's coming through with the donations, guys, and
thank you.
honestly, yeah, so thank you so much, and the donations help us as we get off the ground here with the Layer One Content Network. It definitely helps the entire community, so we appreciate that, Crypto Mike coming through. He's also saying, "Hey guys, don't buy meme." Meme is a story we're going to get to here in a second. We have that on the dashboard later in the episode, so we'll definitely touch it on it. I see Jordan Lyles in the chat as well, so shout out to Jordan. We had him on the Layer One podcast, so definitely good to see you, memers here, or I don't know, what do you call the meme people? The meme. I'm not even gonna word
You're
my.
a meme person. I don't know what do you call your people,
I
Q?
don't.
Like
You tell me, Jordan. Tell
our
me what.
people are lads. What are your
Yeah,
people?
true. Jordan, you tell me what I need to be calling us, basically, because I am such a meme head, basically. But let's finish up with the Blankos, man. I know you had some more to get to, but I just wanted to shout out Crypto Mike and shout out everybody in the chat, man. You guys are killing it right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So real quick, the information that we knew right off the bat, which is that you were going to be able to pay with your credit card through. You had mentioned this a little bit earlier. You could actually use multiple different cryptocurrencies, which I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mint numbers. So the way that mints worked were kind of clarified after the drop by some of the admins, and basically the way they explained it is the just like Nifty Gateway. There's a smart contract on the back end that as soon as your purchase was processed, like successfully, that is when your package was minted and put into kind of like that back end wallet that was created for you that's attached to your account. Now
Mm.
that's kind of like that lives on their own little like EOSIO offshoot chain. And eventually the idea is you will be able to put those into your own private key, use, our private wallet, use your own keys, and that kind of thing. But that functionality is not going to be there when beta launches.
Mm.
Neither is the secondary market. So that's also very important to know, that, secondary is not going to be there. So if you bought in and you think, oh, I'm going to, the day beta drops, I'm just going to go in and sell this stuff and, triple, quadruple, whatever your investment, you're going to have to wait a little while, guys. And I do apologize about that. The cool thing is that you knew everything you were going to buy when you bought your packs. You didn't have to worry about anything like RNG. So it wasn't like a loot box situation. It was very clearly stated, you bought the boss pack, you got the boss, and Blankos NFT. Then you also got some cool items. And then each tier underneath that had successfully, or yeah, uh, less right in it.
Mm.
And then I think they had a 25, a 50, a 70, no, a 25, a 50, a 100, and 150 packs. I think the value wise is there regardless because of the fact that if you spent, 100, then you got $100 worth of in-game currency. And one of the cool things that they also clarified on Discord was if you bought the top pack, the boss pack,
Mm.
you're going to have enough in-game currency that on day one of beta, you can purchase one of every first edition Blankos that will be in the store on launch, on beta launch. So
Mm.
instantly you got your first Blankos, plus you're going to get one copy of every first edition that is going to be on beta. So in my opinion, it's a really cool buy-in. You're instantly, you've got your investment back, right? In my opinion. Okay. Some people are a little iffy because they said it was going to be limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Supply wasn't limited, correct?
Right. And the exact words were it was going to be limited quantity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said when they were speaking to Whale. And then when we got to the release and everything was popping off and 5, 10, 15, 30, 45 minutes went by, people started asking, okay, these things are still on sale. They haven't
Mm-hmm.
sold out yet. So how limited are they? And that kind of brought us to where this kind of, the community starts to really take over. So long story
Yeah.
short, they have clearly said this is a limited run. They have not said if it's time based or if it's quantity based. So we don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Supply.
Yeah, we're so I did hear some things in the community. I think some people would have liked it to be a little bit more clear because now some people are saying one thing and another. But I definitely did see in the afternoon today that the team did come out and confirm that supply was limited and by time.
Yep.
That being said, the fact that we're even arguing over it means that there's a communication error. There's a couple other things I want to touch on. Overall, good launch. I'm gonna block out the fact that I definitely did not get any first mints because the site crashed for me.
We could talk about though in
Yeah,
a second. I want to talk about that strategy.
death taxes and the fact that I can't get first mints because of my server problems or their server problems. But other than that, we had an EOSIO kind of, I guess, situation, right? EOSIO is going to be kind of the framework for this game, whether the assets transfer over or how they work out getting the assets onto EOSIO. This was purchased with cryptocurrency that is not EOSIO. It was Bitcoin, it was Ethereum. There was a couple others that were offered within the BitPay wallet. Which I set up and it was super easy. I think it's a good choice. I think you access way more people when you don't force them to go through all the loops and all that stuff if you need to. I don't know if EOS is on BitPay. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
It's not.
It's not. Yeah, that would have been a feature. But other than that, I can definitely see some people in the EOS ecosystem saying, well, what the hell? EOS.io, and this has happened multiple times. Believe it or not, to the EOS community. So, anyways, I mean, the good launch. I would have liked to see, or how can I put this? I think they did the right thing, but it's definitely from an EOS community perspective. Some people were like, "Wait, we're not using EOS to buy this stuff? Like, what's going on? I didn't have that already." There's that. And then the other thing I want to point out here before we move on and get out of Blankos and get to the rest of these stories is the fact that they're kind of probably coming in direct competition, although I like Yatsui's kind of look at this from Animoca Brands and that there shouldn't be competition within the metaverses. I think it's a one big, we're all here collaborating. It puts, I think, more competition with probably Sandbox than anything else. I think Crypto Voxels has really taken that NFT art. I think Decentraland is very event focused. But what we've seen out of the Sandbox and the Sandbox team is we're going to do all these games. We're going to have all these leveling up. Well, that's exactly the thing that we're seeing, within Blankos. So it's interesting. It has that Fall Guys. It has that gamification model that we haven't seen in Decentraland and Crypto Voxels. So super interested to see what's going on with Blankos. So keep the comments rolling through.
So to kind of like go through, because there's so many comments and questions and everything. So El Toro asked, never heard of Blankos. Why are you guys hype? I think generally speaking, most of us are hype because this is actually the first project AAA game company that is trying to bring on mass adoption. Right. So their intent is to eventually release this on PC and then eventually consoles. And all the NFTs and the digital items are sitting in the on the blockchain. So it's not just the Blankos themselves, the vinyl figures. It's actually going to be the clothes that they wear. So like one really cool thing that we learned afterwards is that the boss pack is 150, right? Then you said you like the other one, the $100 one, right?
Yeah, the mic. I need to get the actual name. Can we give another shout out real quick? We love to kind of give the shout outs when the money comes through, and Buff just dropped $50 on us.
Dude.
Buff, That's for you, dude. That's for you. That's my avatar. I gotta live the avatar. Crypto Buffalo coming through, guys. If you're here for the first time, we
Mm.
usually look really nice.
Yeah.
It's not just like two black boxes and two screens. We usually look amazing. You see screen transitions. You got music. Right now, you're just dealing with our faces, and that's because Buff had some technical issues. But appreciate the $50, Buff.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, so I think that's why most people are hyped about this project. Beyond that, Fellblob did say what you said, which is confirmed that it is going to be time limited, but we don't know how long. Um, One of the things, oh, what I was trying to get to. So if you actually look at that Blankos character in the $100 pack,
Mm-hmm.
the horns that he's wearing, the mask that he's wearing, the
Pull that
shoes
up.
that he's wearing, and the gun that he's wearing are all separate NFTs.
Mm.
So yeah, he looks really dope, but he looks dope because of the items that are on him. So if you
Mm.
bought the boss pack and you got one of those, you can take the horns off. You could throw the gold horns on your boss Blankos, right? And so that's interoperable. The Blankos themselves are really going to be the only items that are just the base. So yeah, you can see there like those horns, that like square mask is actually
Mm-hmm.
a mask on his face, his shoes, and the weapon. And you can see like the little bounce pad there and the cannon in the background. All of that stuff is NFTs. So you actually have to have that NFT to be able to make a world or a game mode, right? That uses that asset,
Mm.
which is really really cool.
It's got
Um,
some Yeezys on too.
yeah, yeah, the gold ones, man. He didn't spare any cash. Um, there
Yes.
was another.
Whew.
Yep.
She liked the gold wings too. I love that we have to like impromptu make a joke every time that happens. We're like on it. But guys, the other last thing that I want to touch on, at least for Blankos, is the ability to not only level up the characters, but the I think the price has been mentioned multiple times. That's an NFT wide thing. Like what there's a theory here that there's kind of an ecosystem of kind of nouveau rich or new rich kind of people that have gotten rich over since the ETH ICO and all these different ICOs, and you can price these things because you're going to have a community that wants to buy it. What did you make of the kind of pricing of these items? Because we've seen that same thing in Decentraland. We've seen it in with the virtual real estate. We've seen it with avatars. NBA Top Shots doing the same thing. I think some of the commenters pointed that out, and I'm still buying. Like you have this really hardcore group of people who seemingly have a little bit of capital to spare on some of this stuff. So why even make it lower? They've been successful up to this point.
Yeah, well, I think the main thing that you have to like really take notice is actually it's not really out of line with what's going on in the industry right now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like the lowest point of entry was $25. You get a Blankos, and I think you got at least one item, right? So at minimum, you pay what's the usual price for like early access games on Steam, $25. And then you had the second tier, which was $50. That's a usual AAA title, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
get a Blankos, you get like 4 or 5 items with it. And then the $100 pack is like any collector's edition, in my opinion. You get more stuff, you get better stuff, you get rarer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the $150 pack. Look, man, I play EFT, Escape from Tarkov. Okay, like I've been playing for like 3 years, and you don't even want to know. Like the highest pack on that one's $150.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that's just. I don't think we're outside of industry standards. I do think that if you come from traditional gaming, maybe you're a little bit younger, if you're really into free to play games and you don't really know what PC games right are like,
Mm-hmm.
um, then you may not just have that awareness of pricing. But yeah, you weren't forced to buy 150. You could have gotten it at $25. That gives you access to beta. That gives you a Blankos and some items that you could sell,
Mm-hmm.
make your money back. Plus, you got $25 worth of in-game currency. So, in my opinion, it's win-win. The
Yeah.
prices were right on point. I think that that will be a very successful launch, and people are going to look back and be like, obviously there were hiccups, like
Mm-hmm.
there's always hiccups, but when you're able to kind of like look back, it's like you laugh, right? You're like, it is what it is. People get worked up because they don't know, and I think that's where we continuously have to bring this up, and I don't even know why, because I feel like this should just be known, like communicate with your clients and your customers and your people so like they know what's going on, and they don't have to get each other worked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got in Discord at one point, they had something like 12 or 13 mythic employees that were visibly online, right? And
Mm-hmm.
usually there's only like 3 or 4. So they obviously had like all hands on deck when it comes to Discord. But you, there wasn't a single one responding to any of the comments. And they had these poor mods that were out there. Fellblob, who's in chat. Thank you so much for dropping in, brother. He's actually a mod over on the Blankos server.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they kind of left the community to dry. And then it's a matter of just come in,
Yeah.
just say like, look, guys, like we're not ready to announce exactly what the drop mechanic is. Because the numbers are something that we're trying to really watch because this is the first time, because we
Mm-hmm.
don't know how it's going to go. We're not targeting, okay, Fellblob said this earlier, we are not targeting crypto people. We're targeting gamers, right? Like they were at
Mm-hmm.
they were at E3, right? Virtual E3 this year. They were at South by Southwest. They've been at gaming conventions, right? That is their ideal customer. And the fact that you could get in, you could buy these Blankos and these packs with credit cards, that is who they're shooting for, right? So if they come out and they tell you we've only got 1,000 of these things, like how do you feel, right? But if they come out and they tell you they've got 5,000, how do you feel? Like 5,000 is a lot for like top tier super rare, right? For anything in crypto for sure. But is it a lot when you look
Mm-hmm.
at numbers for Fortnite? I mean, they're selling three. We looked up the facts right before we came on. $3 million a day is being spent on Fortnite stuff.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm in here.
like,
I'm in here buying League of Legends skins all the time, man. So you don't have to tell me about in-game items
and
and
now
the
they're
the
gone.
the revenue. Yeah, what's that?
You got banned, right?
You have to bring this up all the time, don't you?
Well, no, but
they're,
that was more of a
technically
talking
they're
point.
locked up. Yes,
that was
technically
that
they're
was
locked
more
up.
of a talking point, right? So like, okay, you
Mm-hmm.
get banned from the
Of
system. Guess
course, it's a
what? If it
talking
was
point.
on it, yeah, it is.
I'm just joking.
You got an NFT. If you
Mm-hmm.
had an NFT for that skin, it's yours. So they ban you from their ecosystem. Whatever. Sell all your skins to somebody who's still
Mm-hmm.
there. Move on to the next game, or go restart your Smurf account, right? I think that's where we get like some real value from NFTs that some people just don't quite see. Um, you know, who knows? You could have those skins, and League of Legends 2 comes out, you're not banned anymore, and now you can import your skins into League of Legends 2. So
Yeah,
um,
we have a drinking game on Layer One Live that anytime we mention Kane, you guys have to take a drink. So if anytime Ronan brings up me getting banned from League of Legends, take your drink. That's gonna be what we're doing here. So guys, we're 40 minutes in. We're on the first story. So we
yeah,
need to move
yeah.
on here. We love Blankos. We're gonna follow them. They were at South by Southwest, which is one of the reasons why we've been so hyped. They've been running this and made the announcement about 2 years ago. Someone made a point to me, which I need to, take into account, that good games take a long time. So the fact that they've been around for 2 years is one of the reasons we're so hyped. A lot of the collectible scene that's kind of rolling in crypto right now is 6 months old, even less on some of the cases. So these guys have been around for a while. They're an arm of Blizzard. There's a lot of reasons to be hyped up over this. So exciting to see. I know Rob Finch kind of shouted us out and was talking about having game night for Blankos once it goes live for November. That's going to be one you
All of
don't.
us that are in beta, man, and that is what that's the 17th. So that's a let's check real quick. That's a Tuesday night. So we're gonna have a Tuesday
Mm,
night game night that week. You guys put that one on the calendar.
something like that. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, 43 minutes in. We've got a lot of meme guys. So we on our dashboard, we had, I believe Atari next, because Atari's been making moves in Wax. They've been moving with their token. So they've been making moves. I think Toro said he was adjacent to Atari in the sandbox. We're neighbors, so we need to connect. And Lad City is going to be popping in the sandbox there. So if you want to reach out to us on Discord, please do. But let's get into this meme news, okay? So meme's been making a few waves. Obviously, they're the OG in the space when it comes to NFT farming. They've since had a bunch of competitors come out, but I'm a meme, and I think Jordan dropped it. What's their? I think it's Meme Cult. That's what they're being called. Jordan Lyle himself dropped the name. Let me make sure before I get this wrong. Yeah, hashtag meme cult. So the meme cult's in here, so I want to give them a shout out real quick, and I'm going to go through some of this. So first of all, they're dropping the Kane series for the Genesis pool tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. So we have this here. Next Genesis set drops in 48 hours. It's going to be Kane from Synthetics, and he's going to have the Spartan theme. So we've got obviously the Hello, Where's My Meme? You see the Master Chief there. This one was pretty good. This was like a Taken little meme there. So he said, if you meme me now, that'll be the end of it. But if you buy, I'll look for you. I will find you and I will kill you. And then we have a couple others, Astronaut Farmer. And then I think, yeah, so that's going to be good. The specific Genesis pool one looks really legit. So I believe that's going to be in the LP pool. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's in the Genesis as well. Yeah, it looks like just the Genesis. So that was good. Obviously, that opens up tomorrow. So if you are farming pineapples, you need to be ready and at the go for that specifically. But the bigger piece of news that I believe is coming through is their merchandise shop that just opened up. They're partnering with Decent. Basically, what you're able to do here, and I'll pull it up on the screen in a second, but you're able to farm or get access to exclusive merchandise sales, which is basically the rabbit hole that we were talking about whenever Meme started to launch this. Basically, you could take the token and then you can get exclusive access to anything, right? The utility of social tokens is limitless. We've talked about that multiple times on lads calls. So what we're doing here is farming NFTs, but now we're going one step further down the rabbit hole, and the NFTs that we're farming with are giving access to merch. So I've got it pulled up here. I had a couple nonce issues with connecting my MetaMask, but basically we've got the merch here that represents some of the NFTs in the space. So we've got tees, we've got hoodies, and then we've got posters or a canvas essentially that can be basically gained access with the NFTs themselves. You can see the ratios here. So for example, if I'm looking to get the t-shirt, I need 10 of these meme grail relics to actually get access to the tee. Now, past that, there is a purchase price that you need to get to, but the whole point of this is to actually make exclusive drops only available to Meme Cult themselves. So, what do you make of this, Ronan?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Like I think like what Meme's doing is really cool. I think that, I think the one thing that I did say though was like, it would be kind of cool if you would be able to burn the NFT, right? And have that pay for the merchandise itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that would be kind of like a cool mechanic,
Yep.
Versus like having just to hold it to be able to just spend more money to buy it, right? Like so you could almost like it's twofold. Like you burn the item, right? So the NFT becomes more rare, but now someone has a physical item for that NFT that they probably spent some time mining and farming for, or picking up on the secondary market for quite a bit of money. So I feel like that would be a really cool addition to the mechanic. Outside of that, man, I think that the meme team they're on the right track, man. Working with lots of artists, like doing a lot of collaborations, like having the opportunity to just really connect with the community. Like I feel like what's really important about the space we're in right now is just the connections and the
Mm-hmm.
just the collaborations people are making. We've got this little thing going on with Nifty Gateway at the moment, and we plan on doing a lot more collaborations moving forward. And we've got lots of plans for some lads utility that would be in the same type of vein, right? So it's excellent to see like everybody kind of just lifting each other up in this space. And I feel like Meme does an excellent job in like really putting like those artists in front of more people and getting their names out there and involved in a really, really cool product.
Yeah, now that we've got Jordan in the chat, let's put him on the spot. When are we getting a lads pool? Come on, guys. We're in here chilling away, man. We're slaving away here. No, I'm just kidding. We love your product. That's why we're kind of talking about it. But yeah, man, I want to talk on it again. Like social tokens unlock a lot of Web3's ability. I think you have the ability to have events. I think they already launched that. Event series where you can get tickets to an event, to VIP to an event, as long as you own the token and stake the token for an amount of time. You have skin in the game. So yeah, I mean, we could go down that rabbit hole forever. Speaking of forever, Rich Satoshi is saying, "Hello everyone. Did you all get into Blankos? What should we tell Rich Satoshi?"
Just I think you have the ability on YouTube to like just literally grab the scrubber and go all the way back. That's a good 40 minutes of us chatting about Blankos, man. You got in right after we stopped that conversation, but I think it was a good one. I think that
Mhm.
we've got a lot more. There were some mechanics we didn't even get into, but I did want to capture one thing Scott pointed out. That's a really cool concept as far as fashion is concerned. And he said, imagine Nike.
Mhm.
So a really cool thing that a lot of people don't know is that Nike actually put in a copyright over a year ago for essentially what would be like their own like token NFT um, like mechanic.
Mhm.
And they came out and said that they were going to be, investing in the ability of tying NFTs to physical products. And I think that at the end of the day, like that's the future. Like I think that, like you might be able to go into a store and walk
Mhm.
up to the counter and show them, an NFT that has to be scanned. It'll be burned, and then you get a pair of, Air Jordans or something. Like I don't know, like the use case is there for like so many different mechanics, and that's why I love to see projects like, Meme and Whale and what we're doing with Lads and Coin. Everyone's just like putting their own little spin on what is already there, right?
Mhm.
And it's just going to continue. Like we've got a very basic cement foundation, and like we're building a what I like to call a citadel, right?
Mhm.
And that is going to be NFTs. So Jordan Lau says, "Let's go,
Pineapple love
lads!"
lads.
Yeah, for sure.
The same way, man.
Um,
We hit the meme event with a bunch of lads all red clad.
awesome.
We were able to do that. What's up?
You see the numbers?
Oh, we're at 50,
Yeah,
right?
brother, we're at 50. That's not eight more people. I know you guys got 8 friends you can reach out to and say, hey, hop in here and hang out for a few minutes.
Mhm.
We're going to
52.
be live for another, 15, 20 minutes. So come in, hang out, have a chat.
Shout out to Choina. Choina's been in the chat in the Lad City. Guys, the Discord. Let's mention the Discord here for a second before we kind of finish up with meme and move on to the rest of the stories here. We've had some issues with the Collabland bot on updating roles. You guys are coming into the channel. The basic premise here is you get access to the channel and all of the subcategories or subchannels within Lad City by earning lads. You earn lads through doing what you're doing right now, which is commenting on some of the live streams, taking part in game night that we're about to have in 30 minutes. So many different ways you can earn lads, and you're supposed to rank up through the system. We're building that portion out. We're dealing with some bots. Some bots on the fritz essentially, or kind of some logic. But Brandon's been doing a great job. So the last bit that I'll touch on here is going to be we do get that 2x reward for you guys today. If you join our Discord and you sign up for roll, you can start earning lads. But if we hit 59, we need 6 more. You get 2 times the lads that you would have received. Let me drop
Hey,
that light.
hey, Decent Life is in chat. What's going on? We just had a little conversation about your products.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you in the mirror real quick because I'm gonna be showing decent. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up. That was a terrible joke, so I'll move on. I'm going to, yeah, it's fine. I mean, we're going live for an hour. You need at least one. So I've got the light paper. I'm going to link that again. If you want to know what we're doing here, guys, that's going to be the place to check it out. 54. We are inching closer to the 2x rewards, all time high on NFTLive. This is a kick-ass show. It would be even more kick-ass if we had some music behind us and Buff was doing it. So, guys, we
Don't make
are...
Buff feel any worse
Yeah,
than he already
exactly, right?
does.
The last bit I'll touch on with this meme stuff is actually the canvas itself is one that I would really like to get a part of. It is the most expensive, but as
Right.
you can see, as I kind of go through these, you have the meme relic, so you can see, or the meme grail relic, you can see the size and kind of the proportions there, but they have it for a lot of others that are on the site. So basically, you get access, and then you're able to go in and purchase. We could sit here and talk about social utility all day,
Mhm.
and we're not going to because that'll make it 2 hours and we got game night to hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, any last thoughts on meme? Thank you guys for showing up. I think Jordan dropped like 4 different nicknames for him now, so love it.
Yeah, yeah. Not too much more to say about meme, but if you guys are not part of Lads, hop in there. And if you're not part of Lads and you're new to the show, there's lots of information out there. But mainly, if you want to earn a little bit, we did announce earlier in the show that we are looking for a production assistant who would
Mm,
essentially help us kind of contact artists, get them scheduled for our new artist like little. I'm going to be starting like a short form artist series on Twitter. And so I need somebody just to kind of help me reach out to the 40 plus people I've got on my list that want to chat and kind of get them scheduled and just make sure that they're ready to go when we're supposed to be going. So it's a little bit of a time commitment, but you will be compensated in lads. So if anybody's interested, they want to rub shoulders and get to chat with some really cool artists in the space, that's another opportunity to earn some lads.
100%. All right, guys, we'll move on to the next story. Again, thanks for the meme team for showing up. I've got a bunch of stuff from Atari. Some more like basic details around their token. Not too much information on their console that they're looking to run out, but it looks like the token is going live here, and I'll pull it up, as well as their partnership with Wax. So we have a kind of Atari token disclaimer here, or kind of a primer. You can go through it with me here. I've pulled it up on the screen. They ran a pre-sale. They ran a private seed round, I believe, at 8 cents. I don't know if there's a mention of the actual numbers that are going to be in this public sale. It looks like they have a bunch of different information on this, but basically Atari's doing a blitz scale on crypto at this point, right? I think we kind of like saw a couple steps in the right direction, or in our direction, with the sandbox getting associated with Animoca Brands. There's a ton of different things, but now they partner with Ultra. They're launching their Atari token. You're going to be able to use that in their console. They're working with Wax to do collectibles. It's just like Atari is, I think, found at least something that they can grab onto to maybe come back to life. I mean, you're showing your age if you know what Atari was and you were using Atari at this point. I think my generation was more of an N64 type play, but Atari is seemingly trying to make the play and trying to see if they can save and continue to move forward as a company.
Yeah. I think that it's really cool to see. Actually, what's really cool is that it's kind of like what people were throwing around when I first got into space. Is like right now, like if you compare this to like the gaming like timeline of like life, right? Like you start with that Atari, right? And that's kind of cool to see that Atari is kind of leading the way in bringing that mass adoption, right, through their console, through their token, through getting involved with Wax. It's really cool to see them do that. Obviously, I feel like Atari is one of those companies that like people like don't give enough credit to, right? Like Atari's got a hotel now, right? Like, and it seems like kind of crazy, but at the same time, well, I mean, obviously now with COVID, it's probably not the best thing in the world, but
yeah,
I
tough
mean,
move on
I
that
think
part.
obviously, I think it's a cool idea. The building looks amazing. Like, I can't imagine what the amenities are like. But I think it's excellent. I think Wax has got some really cool stuff coming. Atari, Street Fighter. There's a lot of really exciting things going on, and it's going to be cool to see how all those guys being on the Wax Council, how that benefits. Like maybe we get to see some stuff, on the new Atari console through those connections and things like that.
Yeah, I'd love to get a look at, if anybody can drop a link, I'd love to get at these collectibles that are going to be dropping on Wax as well. Because along with this console, obviously they partner with Ultra to provide a wallet in-game or in-console for their console that's launching VCS. But they did also launch, they also launched this partnership with Wax. And I can see very briefly, we use a play to earn a lot. Rob does a great job over there of getting us information that we cover for the week. I can kind of see the collectibles they're going with, but I need to actually get that link to show it up on screen. I think we're also 55. So guys, 58, 58, 58.
58. Somebody get their sister.
Wow.
I can tell my son to log in. Does that work?
Yeah, hey man, 59. There we go. Today. So if Buff was here, we'd be raining down.
High.
We'd be raining down lads on you guys if Buff was here. All-time high, 59 for a non-sale day. I think sale days we got to like 115. But all-time high for an episode. Can I get what do you want to hashtag here? What do you want to hashtag? Our tribe? No.
Our tribe.
You like that? Our tribe?
Yeah, dude.
All right. Tribe. Hashtag our tribe. Appreciate the all-time high, guys. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much. All-time highs, man. I love it when that happens. We're gonna have,
feels good.
When Buff comes in, he's gonna bring like the videos, the confetti, all of this stuff. So hashtag our tribe. Thank you so much. The lads, if they're set up with a Roll wallet and on today's episode, they're going to get 2 times the rewards. So boom.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for everybody who's here. Fresco, Ari, Choina, Crypto, Mike, Load Masters. We appreciate you, brother. Scott, thank you so much for our tribe. Bait Shop Billy, Brandon, I think I said Mike, but if not Mike, Research Block.
Hmm.
Research is asking for the Discord. Brandon, can you hit him up with the a Discord link, please? Or you can go to bit.ly/join lads, LADZ. That'll get you to the Discord as well. So thank you to all of you guys. Q, I'm not sure if you saw. Yep, there you go. So that's the breakdown. It tells you. Actually, I don't know if that's the one that I sent you. Yeah, that's the different. So you got your common, your uncommon, your rare, your super rares, and then you got the ultra rare on the right. So, and I'm probably late compared to what you're looking at because I'm looking at the YouTube.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's there. So, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. And yeah, all-time high feels really good, man. I feel like breaking it week after week, and is really an amazing feeling. So we appreciate you guys very much.
100%, man. 100%. So let's move on to the next piece of news. Somnium Space is doing some interesting things. I haven't got into Somnium myself from like a metaverse perspective,
Mhm.
but they're doing some interesting things. They had like a triumvirate of announcements that they pretty much launched, which is their land sale, their like interconnection. I think they called it Somnium
It's
Space
web
Worlds.
access.
Yeah, well, that's web. So they have Somnium Space land offering. They have Somnium Space web access, which is the
Mhm.
space, and then Somnium Space Worlds is basically a interdimensional is I think the way that they were talking about. But basically, everyone's going to be able to create their own world and have a portal to that world. So I do have a video here that can play on mute while you talk about this. But basically, yeah, they're launching their land. They launched a web browser based version as well as launching a basically a feature where each person can create their own kind of world and that be separate from I guess what was before one big large world like you would see with Decentraland.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that it's really cool that they've kind of gone that route. Like, what's cool about Somnium Space, and we've talked about this a little bit, is that they kind of keep things like not meta, like it's very in world, right? Like, so they have kind of like a lore, and so them adding some space to this, and this is the secondary land offering for my mom who is going to be watching this tomorrow morning. There you go, mom. November 1st, you can buy your first piece of virtual land.
You got your mom in
Um,
NFTs?
yeah, dude. I didn't even
Man,
like
dude.
ask her to get into NFTs, honestly. Like, she was just, I told her I had this opportunity pop up. I've been having a good time with it. And, I let her know, like, it's also a little bit stressful, like, and stuff. And she was like, if you need help, blah, blah, blah. And then one day she asked me for the link. I sent it to her. And it happened to be when we were talking about the land thing.
Mm.
And the next day she's hitting me up, like, how do I buy land? How do I get cryptocurrency? I want to put I want to put some of my savings into it. Like, so she's really hyped, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
that's really cool. So, I'm going to make sure mom knows about November 1st. But yeah, so we talked a little bit about the fact that Somnium was going to come out with some additional land. Here it is. I think if I can, I am definitely going to buy in. I just think that land is an excellent investment. Anyone who looks at how Somnium's current land is selling, you're going to see that it's doing very well. And here you can see, the worlds and being able to build it and being interoperable is really cool. You're going to be able to access it through the web. You're going to have full access. That's VR, that's audio. I think they even said you're going to be able to use video. You can see there they're using the portals. I know I'm late. I keep forgetting that. Sorry. But yeah, so I think it's excellent, man. I think this is exactly where we're talking. Like, the metaverse needs to be so much wider and bigger and personal, but at the same time, like, interoperable and shared and experienced together, right? So I think it's excellent, man. I really do. I think that
Hmm.
it's so cool. I think the fact that, like, you can go into Somnium Space, pull up a web browser, and then jump into Decentraland is like just mind blowing. Obviously, they have the full VR interoperability. The avatars was something, I don't know if you mentioned that. Actually, the avatars is something that they came up with that is kind of really exciting. It's
Hmm.
basically they're going to have this ability to create your avatars that should be, I don't remember the format, but you can then export them in a format that can be used in other virtual worlds. So we're getting to this point of really seeing interoperability. And
Hmm.
there's a guy I actually follow on Twitter, and I'm gonna have to shout him out next week. But he's been playing in that tech. Like, he created an avatar in crypto voxels, and then
Mhm.
he's working on like the transferability into Somnium Space, and like it's really cool project. And I think that it's excellent. It's excellent. I think that Somnium is really starting to kind of lead the way, which is good because I hopped in Somnium one time and it was just a ghost town, and it was even during the middle of an event, and that was unfortunate. So I think that whatever they can do to bring more people to it and get them excited and get them hype and get them going and pumped is excellent. And I think obviously lands and your own world and portals and being able to access via web is really important, because part of the process I didn't like was it has its own launcher when you download it through Steam.
Mhm.
So you have to,
That's a non-starter.
oh, dude, it's such a pain. And I wish that like companies would realize that. Like if you're gonna go on like a secondary marketplace like Steam and you're gonna like have your product, like cut out your front end. Like we don't need to see that. Like put it into the game. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're past that point anyways. Like why do you even have like a pop-up like where you have to log in and put it in the game? Like this, I don't, it feels kind of archaic. But then fast forward a couple months and boom, you can get on it through the web, which is totally the future, right? Like being able to like not even have to download the
Mm.
software to be able to get into Somnium Space is game changing. So I'm really happy about that, man. Real quick to check back into chat. Orlando dropped in. What's going on? Aloha, brother. Thank you so much for dropping in today. Guac girl, she says she needs her own world. I feel you. I'm gonna need my own
Mhm.
world too. Did you see how that's gonna work? Like, do you have to purchase land to have a world? I
Yeah, you
didn't.
actually so you purchase, I believe I can go back to the actual but the blog post, but yeah, from the video it looks like you
Mhm.
can purchase a small, large or extra large world, and you can basically build within that. So
Excellent.
I can look a little bit on there. Yeah, it looks like yeah.
Mhm. Yep. So Bayshot Billy says it's surprisingly easy to develop an NFT for use in most games. I'm starting to learn that the tools that these companies like Unity are putting out are just so user friendly,
Mhm.
right? And it's a matter of like if you're really interested in how to make a baseball cap for Somnium Space, like Google how to make clothes for Somnium Space, and there's plenty of YouTubes where you can literally just be walk through it and do it a couple times and you're
Mhm.
pro. I think it's really cool that like the tools are getting to that point where it's like drag and drop, and you're not having to know, C++ or anything like that in the background.
It is interesting from an investor's perspective as these metaverses get built out, how you
Hmm.
go about investing in it, because you do when you have a new metaverse, you're
Hmm.
basically splitting up the pie that is the market cap, and obviously new people are joining every day, and that's our hope is, let's get to, that's kind of a meme, honestly, at this point, is let's get to 5% of Minecraft's market cap, and then let's see where we're all at.
Hmm.
But as you see more and more metaverses, as an individual and as an investor, you have to really give thought on what metaverse you want to be involved in, unless you have cash. And if you're a whale shark, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. I think I saw he partnered with Somnium Space for something as well. I know Museum of the Metaverse, I believe. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I know that they have that art museum set up in the actual Somnium Space. So they definitely have some partnerships or have some influencers and individuals building within this space. That's what you need. But that's just how I look at it from an investor's perspective. I like what they're doing. I like what they're building, but now there's five, and tomorrow there will be six, and Blankos will launch, and there's only so much to go around. Although all of them will develop independently, it's just from an individual standpoint, which one do you choose? You can't just be in
Yeah.
six metaverses at once,
Yeah. I
unless you
think
have all the time and money in the world.
absolutely. Yeah. I think that's going to be the same thing that like I kind of use for like where I spend my most time like online in general, right? Like for me, crypto voxels just isn't visually appealing enough for me to want to jump in. But that's also why I never really got into Minecraft, even though I like those types of survival, build your base, games. Voxels just don't do it for me. But then I look at Decentraland and I think that's a beautiful like world that they created that looks really good, that just feels a little bit more natural for me.
Hmm.
So I think that that's important. Like if you're gonna go buy some land and you intend to use the land, you're not just trying to like flip it and make your buck. Like hop into the world, like see like if anybody hangs out there, if they can tell you anything about it. It's important, especially if you're planning to put in some money and you're planning to sit on the land and maybe use it, or
Mm-hmm.
build a little home or whatever,
Yeah.
like a hangout. So yeah, definitely important.
Yeah, we had a couple comments come through. I
Mhm.
want to touch on, I don't know how to say this exactly, Kodame art and tech. There were some good comments that I want to touch on. I'll touch on the last comment last, but this one a little bit earlier was, now that I'm thinking about it, having Atari on board for anything kind of dooms it to a dumpster fire spectacle. That's a tough comment there. And then the better comment I think that came through was AR for your VR, which is amazing. That's kind of a Inception base. And then bot was getting my lads, but thanks for the sesh and pineapple love. So for those of you guys that don't know what lads is, what you want to do is hop into the Discord. We have all the community set up there. We've got community managers. We will explain what's going on with lads token and how you earn that by being part of the live stream today. But basically what you guys got to know is Layer 1 here is a content network, family of channels that is all encompassing when it comes to crypto. NFTLive is one of those channels. And, you know, we've been steadily building it out. Ronan's doing some good things, some crazy things with artist series. We're doing a ton of different things within NFTLive, but we have other channels as well covering the other industries. And, you know, we want to grow this with a community, and that's what the Lads token is used for. So if you're familiar with things like whale, like pineapple, or meme, then you'll be able to understand what a community token can do for us.
Yeah, for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I'm really excited about that, man. We put a lot of a lot of heart into that last night, and we were all really hyped. I think we all agreed that once we read like the final product, we all got a little bit of goosebumps. I think that man, I can't thank Ari enough, man. Like our tribe or our vibe, our tribe is like, it really like hits home with like what we're doing here. And I feel like we put out some good energy, man. And I think that we put out excellent content, obviously. And I think that we, you know, have a community that appreciates that. So we want to give a little value back to you guys, as well as bringing value to the content that we're creating and the network and the relationships that we're fostering. So, you know, thank you guys for the support. If you're, you know, even inkling of interest, you know, copy that link, bit.ly/join lads. That'll get you to the Discord. And once you're there, we'll be glad to walk you through anything that you need to become a lad and to get through the gates of the city, right?
100%, man. We're doing a lot of cool things with the city concept, especially within the sandbox, that we can't wait to unveil as that goes to mainnet, as that's launched. Crypto Mike saying, do we get double today since you guys surpassed all-time high?
Damn right.
It looks like someone says sound. Philip, are we coming through? Are we coming through, guys? I'm going to pretend that we didn't get that comment, and we're just going to keep running. Yeah, it looks like that. Okay, so user error on Philip's end actually stopped this show. That's how you know we care. But we said, Crypto Mike said, do we get double today since you guys surpassed all-time highs? Yes, you get double today for surpassing all-time highs. Let me go back and check the bounties page on our Discord to see what you guys get for commenting today on NFTLive. I closed my Discord because it was blowing up. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Yeah, you can't have that on in the
background. Guys, game night here, I believe. Brandon, can you kind of it's okay. So it is at 8:00. We're doing marbles on stream. We're doing NFT drops. A lot of shit's happening. Get in Discord. That's what's happening tonight, fellas. So let me see what you guys are earning tonight. Let me see if I can get that, and then we will hop off here. What a great episode today.
I know. Yep. And just to real quick, Paul Young says 2 times. Woo! Choina says, yep, we hear you. Choina said, lads has been so welcoming. Really cool space. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you saying that. We put a lot of work into being as welcoming as possible to everybody that comes through, you know, and watches the content and hangs out with us and spends a little time getting to know us. So hearing that means a lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think another thing that Mike's talking about. So you guys get 100 today. Also, the all-time high is 2x, so you're actually going to get 200. So usually if we don't hit the all-time high, you're getting 100. All-time high equals 200. So expect 200 on the next weekly distribution for those of you that have set up your roll wallet. If you haven't, hop into the Discord. We can figure that out for you. Otherwise, the guys are typing boost and play in our YouTube channel. Guys, I'm not sure that YouTube has that functionality. Coming through with guys, NSFW, come on, here we go. The Discord is in the description. We have to get off here. It has literally been an hour and 15 minutes.
For sure.
Game night is going to happen in 30 minutes. We can't wait for that. I'm missing something that I was going to say. I'm missing something.
Yeah, I was just about to say something too. Dang it, what was it? Thank you so much, Decent Life, for hopping into the Discord. We appreciate that. Game night's going to be a blast.
Thank you, Crypto Mike. Thank you, Crypto Buffalo, for coming with the donations. So guys, please stop saying actions in the YouTube. That does not work in here. We appreciate it. We are struggling. Guys, we're ending the stream. Goodbye. What an episode. Thank you so much. All-time highs. We're out.
You're all amazing. Thank you.